The General Command of the Bahrain Defense Force announced that through the unwavering vigilance of its personnel, the BDF's air defense systems continue to successfully counter successive waves of the hostile terrorist Iranian aggression. Since the onset of hostilities, air defenses have intercepted and destroyed 154 ballistic missiles and 350 drones targeting Bahrain. The General Command expressed its pride in the exceptional combat readiness and vigilance demonstrated by BDF personnel and praised their sustained operational effectiveness in defending the kingdom. The performance of Bahrain's forces continues to inspire confidence that the kingdom's skies remain secure. The General Command urged all members of the public to exercise the utmost caution for their personal safety and are advised to keep clear of affected areas and any suspicious objects, refrain from filming or photographing military operations or debris sites, avoid spreading unverified information, and consult only official and government media channels for updates, alerts, and advisories. It further emphasized that the use of ballistic missiles and drones to target civilian areas and private property constitutes a flagrant violation of international humanitarian law and the UN Charter, as these indiscriminate attacks represent a direct threat to regional peace and security. In the following report, the BDF General Command presents an overview of the successful statistics achieved by the Bahrain Defense Force in defending Bahrain's airspace, water, and territory against Iran's heinous aggression.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. ربي اجعل هذا البلد آمناً. لليوم 27 يواصل ولله الحمد رجال منظومات الدفاع الجوي بقوة دفاع البحرين تسطير ملاحم فخر واعتزاز في الذود عن سماء ومياه وأراضي مملكتنا الغالية، داحرين اعتداءات الغدر الإيراني ومؤكدين أن أمن مملكة البحرين خط أحمر تحرسه بعون الله الرؤية الحكيمة لسيدي حضرة صاحب الجلالة الملك حمد بن عيسى آل خليفة ملك البلاد المعظم القائد الأعلى للقوات المسلحة حفظه الله ورعاه، وتذود عنه عزيمة قوة باسلة. قال سيدي حضرة صاحب الجلالة حفظه الله ورعاه: إنه سيبقى هؤلاء الرجال الذين يفدون البحرين وأهلها الكرام بأرواحهم، وهي تضحيات لن تنسى لهم، قدوة لأبنائهم. كما ستبقى البحرين بلد السلام والوئام بفضل ثبات أهلها على الحق ونبذ الاعتداءات الإيرانية الآثمة. نسأل المولى عز وجل الشفاء العاجل للرجال البواسل المصابين من قوة دفاع البحرين والقوات المسلحة بدولة الإمارات العربية المتحدة الشقيقة. إن أصوات الانفجارات المسموعة هي دوي نجاح دفاعاتنا الجوية في اعتراض وتدمير الصواريخ والمسيرات المعادية، حيث بلغ إجمالي ما تم اعتراضه وتدميره منذ بدء العدوان الإيراني 154 صاروخاً و350 طائرة مسيرة كانت تستهدف الأعيان المدنية والممتلكات الخاصة في المملكة. مشاهد تظهر نجاح منظومات الدفاع الجوي بقوة دفاع البحرين، ومنها منظومة صواريخ الباتريوت المتقدمة، وهي تعمل على مدار الساعة في اعتراض وتدمير صواريخ ومسيرات الغدر الإيرانية. يقف رجال كتائب المشاة الآلية الملكية بسلاحهم وعتادهم بعزيمة صلبة وبثبات الجبال في مواقعهم المتقدمة سياجا منيعا للذود عن ثرى الوطن. ويبحر رجال سلاح البحرية الملكي البحريني بكل كفاءة واقتدار في عرض البحر، مسطرين أروع صور اليقظة والجاهزية التامة لمراقبة وتأمين مياهنا الإقليمية وحمايتها من أي تهديد. وتجسد هذه المشاهد الاحترافية العالية لرجال وحدة هندسة الميدان الملكية، وهم يؤدون مهامهم بكل كفاءة واقتدار وفق أساليب هندسة الميدان المعتمدة، مكرسين أعلى معايير الانضباط العسكري في التعامل الآمن مع كافة الأجسام الغريبة وتأمين المواقع. تزامنا مع الاستنفار والجاهزية القصوى للخدمات الطبية الملكية بمختلف منظوماتها الطبية التي تعمل على مدار الساعة بفرقها الميدانية ومنشآتها المتطورة لتقديم الإسناد الطبي المتكامل. إن الجميع لا يفخر بما يظهره رجال البحرين في كافة الأجهزة العسكرية والأمنية، في الحرس الوطني ووزارة الداخلية والجهات المعنية الأخرى، من مسؤولية وطنية وعمل دؤوب مستمر يسهم بفعالية في حماية الأرواح والممتلكات وترسيخ ركائز الأمن والسلامة. تؤمن قوى دفاع البحرين إيمانا راسخا بأن جيوش دول مجلس التعاون لدول الخليج العربية تشكل الدرع المنيع لكافة دولنا الشقيقة، وهي قوة خير وأمن وسلام، ولله الحمد وبعونه نحن صفا واحدا لدحر وإحباط تلك الاعتداءات الغادرة.
The Advocate General, head of the Terror Crimes Prosecution, stated that the Attorney General has ordered the referral of 14 defendants across 4 cases to criminal trial. Some of the accused are fugitives residing in Iran. The defendants form separate cells in 3 of the cases, in addition to 1 female defendant in the 4th case. Investigations established that the accused committed crimes including seeking and collaborating with the Iranian Revolutionary Guard with the intent to carry out hostile and military acts against the Kingdom of Bahrain. The public prosecution had received multiple reports from the Criminal Investigation Directorate at the General Directorate of Criminal Investigation and Forensic Science of the Ministry of Interior. These reports indicated that in light of the ongoing Iranian aggression against the kingdom, the defendants, who are organizationally affiliated with the terrorist groups and operating in separate cells, received direct assignments from the Iranian Revolutionary Guard and its closely linked operatives, having been recruited by them. These assignments included monitoring and photographing a number of vital facilities and sensitive locations and collecting intelligence on them in preparation for targeted attacks. The defendants carried out these attacks and transmitted the images and information obtained to the Iranian Revolutionary Guard, which used them to carry out hostile operations against the kingdom. Several of the sites targeted during these attacks had been previously monitored and documented by the defendants as part of their collaboration. The reports further indicated that concurrent with these acts of aggression, a social media account was identified with persistently publishing images of vital and sensitive locations within the kingdom, alongside false news and malicious rumors and content promoting and glorifying the Iranian aggression and hostile acts against the country. Investigations identified the individual managing this account, who was found to be in contact with the Iranian Revolutionary Guard and collaborating with its elements to support the execution of hostile acts against the kingdom. This included publishing maps and images of critical locations accompanied by captions indicating their potential for military targeting, as well as transmitting images and coordinated of several important and vital sites through an encrypted application for the same purpose. It was also established that the individual deliberately shared visual content and images of locations affected by the attacks with the intent of glorifying, promoting, and encouraging such acts. In addition, the individual disseminated fabricated news and malicious rumors suggesting that certain vital sites had been targeted and that casualties had occurred among citizens and residents with the aim of causing public panic. The public prosecution conducted extensive and thorough investigations, interrogated the defendants, some of whom provided detailed confessions to the charges, and heard witness testimonies. It also ordered the examination of the electronic devices used in committing the aforementioned offences, which confirmed the defendants' involvement in the crimes attributed to them. Based on the findings of the investigations and the evidence gathered, the public prosecution ordered the detention of the defendants and the referral to trial before the High Criminal Court. In this context, the Advocate General emphasized that the serious danger posed by espionage-related crimes intended to harm the kingdom's security and interest, given their direct impact on the state's sovereignty, security, and stability. Such acts, he noted, constitute a grave betrayal of the nation. He affirmed that the public prosecution, in cooperation with the security authorities, remains fully prepared to monitor and pursue perpetrators of such crimes in all their forms and to confront them with full firmness. It will not hesitate to take the necessary legal measures against anyone proven to be involved. He further stressed that the deliberate dissemination of false information and malicious rumors is intrinsically linked to such crimes in terms of impact and consequences, particularly in light of the aggression faced by the kingdom. Such acts contribute to spreading fear among citizens and residents, undermining morale and causing instability. The Advocate General called on all members of the public to rely exclusively on official sources for information, to refrain from circulating rumors or being misled by them, and to avoid sharing any information that may negatively affect public order, security, or interests of the country. He warned of the serious consequences that may result from such actions, particularly under the current circumstances, which require vigilance and responsibility from all to safeguard the nation and preserve its security.
إن الجميع لا يفخر بما يظهره رجال البحرين في كافة الأجهزة العسكرية والأمنية. ربي اجعل هذا البلد آمنا.
The Minister of Foreign Affairs, Dr. Abdellatif bin Rashid Zayani, received a telephone call from the French Minister for Europe and Foreign Affairs, Jean-Noël Barrot. The two sides discussed the long-standing and friendly relations between the Kingdom of Bahrain and France and opportunities to further strengthen bilateral cooperation across a range of sectors in support of shared interests. They also discussed regional developments in light of the continued Iranian attacks against the Kingdom of Bahrain and the Gulf Cooperation Council countries and their implications for regional security and stability, as well as the safety of international maritime navigation in the Arabian Gulf and their impact on energy security, food supplies, global trade, and the international economy. The call further addressed prospects for enhancing bilateral cooperation and continuing joint consultation and coordination within the United Nations Security Council regarding regional and international issues under discussion, in addition to exchanging views on matters of common interest. The Human Rights Council in Geneva adopted by consensus a draft resolution L38 on the human rights implications of Iranian attacks targeting the GCC and Jordan. The resolution was adopted during an urgent debate held as part of the Council's 61st session, following a request submitted by Bahrain on behalf of GCC states and Jordan with the support of 106 co-sponsoring countries. The resolution includes a clear and unequivocal condemnation of the attacks carried out by Iran, which targeted civilians and vital infrastructure, resulting in loss of life and significant damage. It affirms that such acts constitute serious violations of international law, including international human rights law and international humanitarian law. It also highlights the gravity of targeting states not a party to any conflict and the direct impact on the enjoyment of fundamental rights, as well as broader implications for regional stability and global supply chains. The resolution further requested the United Nations High Commissioner for Human Rights to provide a briefing on these developments. Bahrain's permanent representative to the United Nations in Geneva, Ambassador Abdullah Abdulatif Abdullah, delivered Bahrain's national statement on the human rights implications of the unprovoked attacks targeting GCC states and Jordan. A number of countries also delivered national statements during the session. The permanent representative noted that the session was convened at a particularly sensitive time as Bahrain continues to face ongoing military attacks by Iran in clear violation of the principles of the United Nations Charter and international law. He stated that the attacks have targeted civilian areas in Bahrain, the United Arab Emirates, Saudi Arabia, Oman, Qatar, Kuwait, and Jordan, resulting in civilian casualties and injuries, as well as damage to civilian infrastructure, including vital facilities and service utilities. He affirmed that the targeting of civilian infrastructure and critical infrastructure constitutes a clear violation of international law, including rules related to the protection of civilians and civilian infrastructure, and directly undermines the enjoyment of fundamental rights guaranteed under international human rights law, foremost among them the right to live, the right to life, and the right to personal security, as set out in the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. He added that under these circumstances, national institutions in Bahrain continue to fulfill their responsibilities to protect the population and ensure public safety. In recent days, Bahrain Defense Force air defense systems have intercepted a significant number of missiles and drones targeting Bahrain. The Ministry of Interior, civil defense authorities, medical services, and other relevant institutions continue to operate around the clock to safeguard lives and property, maintain public order, and provide necessary support to the population in response to the attacks. The permanent representative stressed that these attacks constitute, under international law, an unlawful use of force in violation of the United Nations Charter. He reaffirmed the inherent right of Bahrain to self-defense and to safeguard its sovereignty and territorial integrity in accordance with Article 51 of the United Nations Charter. He also commended a United Nations Security Council Resolution 2817 recently adopted, which strongly condemned the missile and drone attacks carried out by Iran against GCC countries and Jordan and called for their immediate cessation. He noted that as the Human Rights Council considers the human rights implications of these attacks, Bahrain underscores the importance of the Council fulfilling its mandate to highlight their impact on the enjoyment of human rights in affected countries, in line with its role in promoting and protecting human rights and addressing violations. He concluded by reaffirming Bahrain's long-standing commitment to respect for international law and the peaceful settlement of disputes, as well as the principles of good neighborliness and mutual respect among states. He expressed hope that the deliberations of the urgent debate would contribute to reinforcing these principles and send a clear message on the need to protect civilians and civilian infrastructure and to ensure full respect for international law and human rights. Bahrain asserts under all circumstances that popular cohesion, national unity, and unwavering support for the leadership are what solidify Bahrain's stability and security. More in this report.
In moments of heightened challenges, especially when dangers escalate in a turbulent regional environment, nations are not measured by the magnitude of the challenges they face, but rather by their resilience, the strength inherent in their leadership, and the vibrant awareness of their people. Here, Bahrain stands as a model of a nation that knows how to confront challenges, how to preserve, and how to transform them into milestones that reaffirm its strength and renew its resolve. Bahrain, under the leadership of His Majesty the King, and with the insightful vision and with the follow-up of His Royal Highness the Crown Prince and Prime Minister, moves forward with unwavering confidence, drawing upon a legacy of wisdom and a balanced approach that prioritizes the nation's security and stability above all else, affirming that the journey of progress and development will not cease regardless of the circumstances. Despite the blatant Iranian aggression targeting Bahrain's security and stability, these desperate attempts have not and will not diminish the resolve of the Bahraini people, nor their confidence in their nation and leadership. Bahrain has never been an arena of unrest. Rather, it has been and will remain a beacon of peace, a voice of wisdom, and a model of coexistence and stability. Amid these circumstances, the highest form of national unity manifests as the people of Bahrain stand shoulder to shoulder with one heart and one voice, rallying around their leadership. They understand that the strength of a nation is built not only on its resources, but also on the awareness and responsibility of its people and the genuine patriotism they embody. In times like these, societal awareness is no less important than any field effort. Indeed, it constitutes the true safeguard that protects the home front, thwarts all attempts at disinformation and division, and strengthens the community's resilience and steadfastness. This is Bahrain, moving forward with unwavering resolve, facing challenges with confidence, and affirming at every stage that no matter how great the challenges, they will only make it stronger, more cohesive, and resilient, and more committed to its enduring mission of establishing security and stability, and preserving the values of peace and coexistence.
Amid the challenges facing the region, Bahrain continues to solidify a cohesive national model based on integrated roles and unified efforts between the public and private sectors. This strengthens Bahrain's ability to confidently and resolutely confront various circumstances. More in this report.
In exceptional times that test the resilience and continuity of nations, the partnership between the government and the private sector in Bahrain stands out as a comprehensive model. It reflects the awareness of the state and its institutions of the importance of unifying efforts to confront challenges, particularly in light of the blatant Iranian aggression targeting the security and stability of the region. At this critical juncture, partnership is no longer an option but a national necessity. It enhances economic resilience, supports the continuity of services, and affirms that joint action is the optimal way to confidently and resolutely overcome crisis. This partnership has manifested itself in several vital areas, most notably food security. Government entities, in collaboration with national companies and supply chains, have worked to secure strategic reserves of essential commodities, ensuring market stability and uninterrupted product availability, thereby bolstering public confidence. The cooperation has also extended to supporting infrastructure and logistics services by leveraging the private sector's capabilities in transportation, storage, and distribution. This ensures a rapid response to current needs and enhances the efficiency of supply chains under various circumstances. On the economic front, this partnership has contributed to maintaining market stability, supporting business continuity, and providing a resilient environment that enables institutions to continue operating, thereby mitigating the impact of crisis and strengthening confidence in the national economy. In the area of digital transformation, fruitful cooperation has emerged to developing technological solutions and e-services. This has facilitated procedures and ensured the continuity of government services with high efficiency, unaffected by surrounding circumstances. The social dimension of this partnership was also present, with the private sector contributing to supporting national and humanitarian initiatives and enhancing social responsibility programs, reflecting the spirit of solidarity and mutual support that characterizes Bahraini society. The integration we witness today between the government and the private sector in Bahrain confirms that a nation's strength is not measured simply by its resources, but also by its ability to unite its energies and transform challenges into opportunities. This enables Bahrain to move forward steadily, confident that its national partnership is one of the most important pillars of its security and stability under all circumstances.
The Kingdom of Bahrain is witnessing a remarkable surge in volunteerism, with Bahraini youth becoming the driving force behind humanitarian and community initiatives.
Bahraini youth are racing to give back and join the Bahrain is fine as long as you are its people volunteer initiative, reflecting a growing awareness of the importance of community service and contributing to the establishment of a culture of cooperation and solidarity within society, enhancing its cohesion and stability. What is being witnessed today confirms that investing in people is the kingdom's true wealth. The National Volunteer Platform, which launched the Bahrain as well as long as you are its people campaign, has witnessed a notable increase in the number of registered youth, with participation rates exceeding all expectations. The impact of volunteering is not limited to community service alone, but extends to leaving a clear imprint on the character development of Bahraini youth as it contributes to the development of their life skills. Volunteer work among youth in the kingdom is a cornerstone in promoting human values and a spirit of social responsibility, continuing to set honorable examples of giving and affirming that volunteering is not merely a temporary activity, but a way of life that contributes to raising a generation that is aware and capable of contributing to the march of comprehensive development.
The National Communications Center continues to provide a media briefing to inform citizens and residents of the latest developments in light of the hostile Iranian attacks on Bahrain. During the briefing, the center affirmed that the military and security forces continue to carry out their duties with efficiency and vigilance.
Dear citizens and residents, the National Communications Center continues to deliver this briefing as part of its ongoing monitoring of developments related to the hostile Iranian attacks targeting the Kingdom of Bahrain, keeping you informed of the latest updates and response measures. The Kingdom's military and security authorities continue to carry out their duties with a high level of readiness and efficiency within a comprehensive defense system operating around the clock to address various threats and ensure the security and safety of all. According to the latest update issued by the Bahrain Defense Force, 1 missile and 19 drones were intercepted and destroyed, bringing the total number of intercepted threats since the beginning of this hostile aggression to 154 missiles and 350 drones targeting the Kingdom of Bahrain. We reiterate the importance of obtaining information from official sources and avoiding the circulation of rumors or unverified information. We now turn to Captain Abdurrahman Mansouri from the Ministry of Interior for the latest security updates.
Dear citizens and residents, in light of the hostile Iranian aggression against the Kingdom of Bahrain, the Ministry of Interior continues its round-the-clock efforts to safeguard national security and strengthen civil protection and public safety. In terms of field response, over the past 2 days, civil defense teams have responded with speed, skill, and professionalism to a number of reports, including incidents of debris falling on homes and vehicles, in addition to debris falling on a factory and a university. In this context, the General Directorate of Civil Defense emphasizes several safety guidelines in the case of finding missile or drone debris, which include staying away from the debris as it may contain dangerous materials, immediately informing the relevant authorities by calling the emergency hotline 999, keeping others away from the site to ensure everyone's safety, refraining from photographing the debris or sharing images on social media, and immediately reporting the incident and cooperating with the relevant authorities to maintain public safety. The maritime ban in the northern area, announced by the Minister of Interior, remains in force from 6 p.m. until 4 a.m. Seafarers must comply with the relevant regulations to avoid legal liability. May Allah protect the Kingdom of Bahrain. May Allah protect His Majesty the King and His Royal Highness the Crown Prince and Prime Minister. May Allah protect the citizens and residents of Bahrain. Thank you.
Dear citizens and residents, when hearing the first warning sirens while driving, kindly do the following. Continue driving and clear the left lane to open the way for emergency vehicles, civil defense, ambulances, traffic, security patrols to perform their duties. Listen to official media channels. seek shelter in the nearest building or take cover in non-exposed areas until the danger has passed. Dear citizens and residents, if you're at home or at work, kindly do the following. Be calm, don't go out except for essentials, and as per instructions and guidelines issued by competent authorities. When you hear the second warning siren when the danger ends and situations are back to normal, the following procedures should be considered. Do not gather near affected areas for your safety and avoid hindering civil defense saving lives operations. Do not pick up objects thrown on the ground even if they are familiar to you.